Well, Prosecutor Steve Tucker just received the report yesterday. He will decide if the shooting was justified or if criminal charges should be filed. KXLY4's Melissa Luck did the first interview with Tucker since the report was handed over. She's here with what he now has to consider.
Well, Robin, the medical examiner's report is not in yet, but it will likely list the cause of death as homicide. It's up to Tucker to decide what type, excusable, justifiable, or some realm of murder. To do that, he'll consult the other senior prosecutors in his office, and he told me today he clearly knows what's riding on this decision.
This case will be interesting, I'm anxious to read through some of this.
This morning, Prosecutor Steve Tucker had yet to crack the 700-plus page case file, but already he knew the challenge before him.
It's always more complicated than the average person realizes. This has moved a lot quicker than normal, and here's still 720 pages.
720 pages that must lead to a conclusion. Was Deputy Hirzel justified in shooting Pastor Scott Creach, or did he act with malice and commit a crime? He knows the community is watching and waiting.
Well, I want them to know that I'm going to be very careful with this, and we're going to have several eyes take a look at it. And when I make the determination, I will give them the exact reasons, and we'll go from there.
No matter the conclusion, Tucker's office faces criticism, already from Frank Malone, who's running against Tucker this fall. Malone says an outside prosecutor should be brought in to handle the case, because Tucker may have to defend the county against any liability claims that may arise. But Tucker disagrees.
It's my job as the elected to make these kind of decisions, and anybody that said you should get somebody else to do this, just, that's passing the buck. And that's why I'm here. That's why I was elected. And to pass it off to another county's prosecutor or to appoint a special prosecutor just isn't feasible at this time.
4 prosecutors will have their eyes on this case, but Tucker has a vested interest here. He grew up just a couple of blocks from Creach's plant farm and used to ride his bike there as a kid. This former state trooper also knows what it's like to be on the deputy's end of a gun.
It's a tragedy either way. Every time I had the gun out, and I had it out probably 6 times with some pressure on the trigger, I was hoping that they would do exactly what I said, because the gun was wiggling around pretty severely too, because I was pretty nervous. The heart gets to pumping and you get real excited and you just say, put your hands up. I had 2 with a gun that dropped it immediately, but I just never had to shoot anybody.
And Tucker has not set a timeline for a decision. His chief criminal deputy prosecutor, Jack Driscoll, will actually compile a report and make a recommendation, but Tucker will have the ultimate say. He says he will keep the lines of communication open with the Creach family and is open to answering any questions they have. Live in the newsroom, I'm Melissa Luck, KXLY4 HD News.